with spongeandstamp.com, and we are live for lunchtime stamping at noon. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. My week has been great so far. Today is my 20th year wedding anniversary. Where did 20 years go? That's what I've been asking myself all morning long. We celebrated it over the, not this past weekend, yeah, this past weekend. Can't remember. Anyway, we celebrated it sometime last week, and because my husband's working doubles and my schedule is full, so today's kind of like just like a day. But anyway, 20 years. Wow, it's a long time. So I'm sure that a lot of you have probably been married longer than that, and some of you probably have not yet. But I'm excited. It's been fun, and it's been interesting. So anyway, so let's see. I am gonna be waiting for you guys to jump on and try to do some chatting. This is like the most awkward part for me. I love coming on. I love sharing with you guys, but trying to think of stuff to say sometimes can be challenging for me because I'm not a talker normally, unless I really, really know you and we're on a good conversation, and then I'm chatterbox. But just trying to come up with stuff sometimes can be a little difficult. But anyway, so let's see. I want to show you, let's tell you a little story. My son is probably going to be, or that's his plan, come the summertime, he's going to be moving out on his own. And a lot of you know that he has a dog, not us. He does. It's his dog, but we all love her so much. Her name is Coda, and she's a husky. Some of you have seen pictures of her. My friends, they've seen her. Um, so we're going to miss her a lot. But my husband and I had made a promise to each other. First of all, don't make promises that you're not going to be able to keep. And second of all, anyway, we made a promise to each other that we're not going to get any more animals. We have a cat, but she's outside. She's a good cat, but she's outside. She takes care of herself. She can be lovey and cuddly once in a while, but not so much. And but we're going to be empty nesters, so we don't want to be trapped by animals. We love them, but we want to be able to just go when we want to go. We want to be able to see our kids because we have a daughter in New Jersey. We have a daughter in Colorado Springs, and four of our grandchildren are there, and our son-in-law and soon to be fifth grandchild is in New Jersey. So we want to be able to travel, and having a dog, you can't so much without a little bit of a hassle. Well, my husband decided he's going to start looking. Big mistake. Don't just look. Because what he found, I'm going to show you what he found. Hey, Chris, he found this. So this is a teacup Shih Tzu, which are my favorite dogs in the whole wide world for little dogs, is Shih Tzus. I love them. And this is a teacup. So it doesn't get a whole lot bigger than what you see here. And we're probably going to end up getting one of those. Either that, or I think it's a Pomeranian too. He's got better pictures on his phone because he found a site where you can actually buy them. So yeah, so we might, I'm trying to fight it. I keep saying no, 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 but they're so stinking cute. But we might be getting one of those when my son moves out. Right now we can't because Coda's just, she's big. She can be rambunctious. She plays hard, and she would hurt this little dog by accident. So hey Tony, glad to see you on here. Yeah, so Coda would hurt this little dog, but there's one that my husband is looking at that we even got the perfect name for it because we're going to probably name it Gizmo because it looks like a gizmo. But anyway, so that's what we are thinking about. Hopefully I can stay strong and say, no, 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 no. We finally are going to be empty nesters. Let's not do this. But how could you resist, right? It's so stinking cute. Okay, so you guys, for the host code, the January host code is still the same. It's 6YHDHF7D. So please use this host code with online orders under $150 before tax and shipping. If your purchase is $150 or more before tax and shipping, please keep the host code for yourself. Let's see here. Let me see. What do I want to do next? Let's do, okay, so this one is coming up in February. It's our next card class. Oh no, Tony, I'm sorry to hear. Sure we'll be praying for you. Okay, I hope you're okay. Okay, so that kind of floored me a little bit. I did not know you were in the hospital. I sure am going to be praying for you. Okay, so come and join us February 17th at 6:30. You can find more information under my events, under my business page, Sponge and Stamp with Tina. I'll also put a link to register for this class. So I look forward to seeing you guys. So come on and register for it. Seats are limited, and I do prep for each class specifically for each class. So please make sure that you register for this class if you're going to come, which I know you will. Okay, so the next one is, let's see what this one is. This is, okay, so I showed you guys before, but this is coming up in February, is the last month to reap any celebration deals, which they are awesome. This one right here is the hosting one or personal order. If you host a party or you place a personal order of at least $300, you get the Calming Camellia stamp set for free. Plus, you get to keep your host rewards as well. And let's do this one right here. So celebration is every $50 that you spend, you earn a free celebration item from the celebration brochure. If you spend $100, you get to choose either a level 2 item or 2 level 1 items from the celebration brochure, and it's limitless. You can spend as much as you want to get those free items while supplies last. And then the next one is the not hosting, is the joining Stampin' Up. So right now until the end of February, which would be when? February 28th. Monday the 28th would be the last day. If you sign up and join Stampin' Up in my team, the Sponge and Stampers, you will get to choose $125 worth of product, plus you will get to choose 2 free stamp sets for $99, and shipping is free. So that's an amazing deal. And then plus you get to save 20%, at least 20% on all your future purchases. Or if you want to make some pocket change, it all depends on what you want to do. If you want to just be a hobbyist, or if you just want to run a business, and how hard you work will determine on how much pocket change you make. So anyway, I can tell you my story. It's been a lot of fun. I've been with Stampin' Up for 7 years nearly. It'll be 7 years, I think July, maybe 8. I'll have to look and see. And I started out. What got my attention was I really was into heat embossing. I found a thing from Martha Stewart years and years ago on heat embossing, and I'm real big. I like to entertain. I like to make things all nice and pretty. Hey, Lynette, nice and pretty for company and holidays and stuff. And I wanted to make these little napkin rings, and they were made out of cardstock, heat tool, embossing powder. Never seen it before in my life. Didn't even know it existed. Well, I knew it did, but not as a hobby or a craft that you could do at home. And so I fell in love with it. And then when we moved to Dallas, Georgia, I was away from family and friends, and I started searching online in YouTube. My son got me into YouTube, and I started seeing Stampin' Up, and I decided that I wanted to join Stampin' Up, so I did. And it has been a lot of fun. I have met some wonderful ladies through Stampin' Up in my classes. I've met other demonstrators, and I look at it as it's been a gift. I've been able to do what I love, which is share crafting, card making, gift packaging. I get to teach it. I get to do Facebook Lives. I get to do all this stuff, and it's a gift to me to be able to do that. And do we have somebody else join us? No. So it has helped me to come out of my shell, because my closest friends know that a few years ago, I would have never in a million years dreamed of doing a Facebook Live. There's no way. And I knew that if I wanted to grow my business, this was something that I was going to have to do. So now I don't really struggle with it too much, except for the beginning of what to talk about. But I can do that. I have my classes, all that kind of stuff. So it's been good for me, and I really, really have enjoyed it. Thanks, Lynette. I really have enjoyed it so very much. And if you are thinking about it, I'd love for you to contact me if you have any questions at all to sign up, because right now, like I said, it's a great deal. You get 2 free stamp sets, $125 worth of, plus $125 worth of product. Shipping is free for only $99. And I would love to have you on our team. I'm trying to grow my team and trying to grow my business. And so it would be really nice to have you join my team. So anyway, for lack of better words, anyway, so let's move on to, I think that's it. Nope, we got one more. This is the email. So if you are not receiving my emails and you are not on my email list, I hope that you do sign up for that. I'll put a link in the description as well for that. If you sign up, there is exclusively for my email friends only. You get a card tutorial every month. So it's free to you and only to you. And then plus that is the best way to stay up to date what all is going on with Sponge and Stamp with Tina, with Stampin' Up, to stay in the know with all my classes that's going on and all that kind of good stuff. And then last but least, and surely not least, is Paper Pumpkin. The new Paper Pumpkin is the deadline to subscribe to this to get the Safari celebration let's see, what's today? Today's February. February 10th is the last day. Hey, Carol, and to subscribe to that. And that is a monthly subscription. It's a prepaid subscription. And everything to create the projects in that kit comes in the box, straight to your mailbox. And it's a lot of fun. And it's for beginners to avid crafters. I have people that they don't even really create the projects like they're intended to be. They use the products that are in the box to come up with different ideas. So it's really like alternatives. So it's really, really a cool kit to have to subscribe to. Okay, Tony, I will check that and see why you're not. Okay, so let's see here. I think that's it. So let's come back to here. Yay, there I am. Okay, so I think that that's pretty much all the announcements. Do you guys want to see that cute puppy again? I think that I do. Let's see that cute puppy. Oh, okay, enough of that, right? All right, so I have some cute projects for you today. We're going to be doing a little bit of punch art, and we're going to do some piecing, paper piecing. So I'm going to show you how to do that. some of you might already know, it's really easy. Years ago, I don't know if you remember the stamp set. I still have it actually. Lovely You, I think was the name of it. Beautiful You, something like that. It's with the ladies on it, the dancing ladies. One was dancing, one was skipping in the rain with an umbrella. I don't remember all of it because it was a few years ago. Well, I did showed you guys how to do paper piecing with that. So I'm going to show you again today. We're going to be using a couple of different stamp sets. I don't normally do that, but this card is just too cool, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think that you're going to love it. Thank you for joining me, and if you're watching the replay on YouTube, thank you very much. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do so by clicking the red subscribe button down below. Make sure you ring the bell icon so that you get notified with all my future videos that I upload. Please give me a thumbs up because YouTube seems to really like that. If you're watching on Facebook Live, please share my video. Even if you're watching the replay, please share my video. Give me a thumbs up and leave a comment too, because I love to hear from you guys what you guys think. And if there's something that you guys want to see, please let me know that too. Okay, so let's go ahead. I am going to flip our screen down. Voila, there we go. Okay, so we're going to be using Driving By. We're going to paper piece the van. We're also going to be using the daisy and the flower center from Hello Ladybug. We're also going to be using these hearts from Sweet Conversation. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to be doing, but we're going to do it a little bit different, some different colors. The designer series paper will be the same, but everything, and the van, we're going to use the same paper for that as well. Who's puppy? Oh, Carol. That is something that my husband and I are looking at getting. My son will be moving out this summer. He wants to move out on his own, so he'll be taking Coda with him. And we might. We promised each other a while back ago that there wouldn't be any more animals. We didn't want to be tied down. We wanted to be able to come and go as we want and go visit our family, our friends, our children. And but I think we're going to end up caving, and that's a teacup Shih Tzu. And Shih Tzus are my favorite. Okay, so we don't need this yet. So this is a card that we're going to be doing. Here's all the pieces to it. Let me move. I don't need my phone, so let's move that. So instead of using Pool Party, we're some green card base. I don't remember what I had this in there for. I think I put it in the wrong card pack. Okay, so we've got that. Instead of this piece, I told you we were going to use the same one. We're not. It's just the same color. We've got a piece of designer series paper. This is from Sweet Talk paper, I think is the name of it. I never can keep it straight. Anyway, it's in the mini catalog. Let's see. Then we've got some black baker's twine that we're going to be using. We've got our piece of basic white, which is 4 by 5 1/4. We have our designer series paper that we're going to stamp our van on. This we're going to stamp our van on as well, and then our layering circles here that we're going to be using. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this stuff out of the way. I've already got our, let me get a piece of some copy paper just to help protect my surface. I always mess it up anyway. So I'm going to ink up using Memento ink our little van here. And I'm just going to stamp it because we're going to do a little bit of coloring with our blends markers, and then we're going to fussy cut that out. Okay, so instead of the yellow, I'm going to use some Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to color, I don't want that side, I want this side. I'm going to color the fender area. I'm not going to spend a whole time coloring this because I'm pretty sure you guys know how to color. We're not really doing any shading or anything like that. I'm just going to quickly show you where I'm laying down some color. And I just think this card is so super cute and it's really easy to do. And I think that learning new techniques is really fun. And speaking of new techniques, I'm not exactly sure. It's not going to be too long. I'm going to start doing a series on some embossing techniques. And I think that that is going to be a lot of fun. All right, so then we're going to do some light smoky slate. We're going to just do the hubcap here. I'm not even going to do that great of a job just because, and tailpipe, tag plates, headlights, tail lights, whatever you want to call them, just like so. And then we're going to bring in some light basic black for the tires. So we're just going to go around. I'm not going to waste this. So I'm not trying to do a sloppy job, but if I have to go back and kind of touch it up, it's okay. Because some of this might take a little bit of time, especially our punch art will too. Okay, so there we go. So we've got that. And then we're just going to take light pool party. And then I'm just going to just lightly kind of draw some lines in it too for the windows. Okay, so just like so. All right, so now we're going to fussy cut this out, but you guys know how to fussy cut. So we've already done that. Right there we go. So we're going to put that piece right there. So now we're just going to ink up our little van again in Memento, or you don't have to use Memento, but I am. I am. Thank you. I don't see a subscription button. Don't know how to find you on YouTube. Okay, Tony. I am going to link a lot of things on the description of this video when I'm done. It'll be on there by the end of today. I will also PM you some links too, if that will help. All right, so all we're going to do now is just stamp down. Whoop. Okay, so there we go. We stamped that down. And then we're going to take some scissors and we are going to fussy cut this as well. So if you look at my van, I know I don't need the wheel fenders and I know I don't need the center part where we colored. So you can just take your scissors and you want to cut as close to the black line as you can without losing the black line. Hopefully that made some sense. And then we're just going to cut the top of that off. Just like that. And you can cut this part off. And then you have, whoops, I just lost the whole thing. And then you have, well, if I can get it, come on. Then you have this piece right here. And then you cut off, I dropped it. Then you cut off around the wheel and down here and around the wheel, cut off right at this bottom line right here, but leave that bottom line, if that makes sense, so that you will have a black line in there, and then cut down here and around the bumper, right like that. Does that make sense at all? Or do you guys want me to show you? I can show you real quick. It's really not that hard. So you want to just leave as much as that black line as you can. Or you could cut right below it too, just as long as you have the black line showing. You don't have to, but it just, to me, it makes it look better. All right, and then you just cut right along here like that. And then we're going to cut here like that. I'm going to just cut down here. You don't need the tires, so I'm not doing a very good job of cutting this because I'm just trying to hurry up. And then you got to figure out where your hubcap, or not hubcap, but your wheel fender, is that what it's called? I'm not a car person, so I don't know. That's what I'm going to call it. So then you just trim that off. Oops, I cut into the paper. Okay, so just like that, all right? But I already have that cut so that you guys did not have to watch me do all of that. So I'm going to put that aside. Throw that, just throw it away. All right, so then, not throw it away, but throw it out of the way. Then we're going to take some glue and we're going to put that right on there. And this is going to go right on here as well. You can use any designer series paper that you would like. I know, isn't it so much fun, Carol? I love it too. So, but smaller print works best because you see more of it than if you used a larger print. Let me get this glue. So you got to be careful not to use too much glue. Come on, glue, glue, glue. All right. So I'm just gonna slide that right up there. Hopefully I can get that right where I want it to go. So slide that over just a little bit more. So there we go. And then we're going to put this one down at the bottom. So doesn't this look pretty easy? I hope I'm making it look easy because it really, I know, right? The paper dolls. Oh my gosh, I love those. As a little girl, I really enjoyed playing with dolls, period. I was a girly girl. All right, so we're just going to lay that right on there like so. So how cute is that? And that's pretty easy. It's just takes a few steps, and you know, you just have to do a little fussy cutting. That's all. Okay, so now we're going to bring in the daisy, the hearts. We're using these two sets of hearts. We're also going to be using some ink. So we've got Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Highland Heather, and Petal Pink. Oh, I just stuck my thumb right in there. All right, so I'm going to ink up my daisy first because that's my larger image. So all I'm going to do is just kind of stamp around. So this is one of my favorite things to do too, is I love, love, love to make my own backgrounds. So you guys have seen me do this 1,000 times. Well, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you have seen me do it quite a bit. Okay, so you just get your daisies on there, and then I'm going to close this because we're done with this, and I'm going to move that one out of the way, and then I'm going to bring in, okay, I know I had it. Please don't tell me. Okay, here it is, right here. So here's our little flower center. So I need my Memento ink again. I'm going to ink that up in some black. And then I'm going to try to line this up. I'm looking at it at an angle. So I'm probably going to be off a little bit, but it's okay, right? All right, so we've got our black in there. And then we're going to bring in some Highland Heather. And we're going to do, oh, I forgot to make sure my chamois is wet. I think it is. I think it's okay. All right, so we're going to bring in the solid hearts here. I'm only going to ink up one heart because I want to be able to stamp all over the place. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're just, oops, make sure that you only get one heart. Or rub your finger across there. Make sure you get all the ink off, or you'll do that. So that's okay, though. It may cover up with the designer series paper. If not, we can always maybe put an embellishment on it, too. Oh, I did it again. So just like so, just like that. So you just want to randomly put your hearts on there, okay? Now we're going to go to the next color, which is going to be Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green, no, Pool Party. We'll use Pool Party. Okay, so I've cleaned my stamp. I just rubbed it on my chamois. I love the chamois. Okay, so, and then you're just going to do the same thing. Just kind of randomly put your hearts wherever you think they need to go, or wherever you want them. That's even better, right? Oops, see there? I did it again. Okay, so Then you're going to do your granny apple green and do the same thing. Just make sure that you don't get it on your other heart. Oh, that's the wrong one. I don't want that one. Okay, so just check it, make sure, rub your finger across it so that you don't get any mess ups like me. Do as I say, not as I do. How many times did we hear that growing up, right? Okay, here we go. Like that. There. So you can put them wherever you want to put them. And this card is, so that's that. So you got that. So now we're going to use the other side, and I'm not going to keep going with this because I think you guys kind of got the idea. So then you can go on here and just use the outline of the heart and do that in your same colors. Okay, so that's that. And I already have one done. Thank goodness, because that one kind of messed up. So there we go. So that's what it should look like when it's finished. Isn't that pretty? I love, 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 love. love doing my own background. Okay, so our Granny Apple Green card base is just a half a sheet of cardstock, 11 by 8.5 cut in half, 5.5, right? 8.5, cut it 4.25, 5.5, something like that. You guys know. All right. All the measurements will be on my blog by Friday, so you will have it all. I won't leave you hanging with wrong measurements. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and no, we're not. We're not going to adhere that yet. I'm going to bring in this piece here, and I don't remember what this measurement is. This is 5.25, and I think it's 2 inches. 2 inches. Well, I'll tell you. I think it's 2 inches. So let's see. No, it's 2.5 inches. So it's 2.5 inches wide. That is going to go right like so. Right, well, maybe over just a little bit more. Just like so. We're going to go ahead and glue that down. Here we go. This paper is so gorgeous. I love that some of the backs, this double-sided paper of the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper isn't really just for Valentine's. I really love this paper a lot. Okay, and again, you can find that in the mini catalog on my Unlinked store. I didn't put that on there straight, but it's okay. All right. Now we're going to take the baker's twine, which this was the very last bit of it. So I do not have enough to tie a bow, but we're going to make do with it anyway. And I was looking for my tape because I like to use my tape for baker's twine like this, but we'll just use a glue dot. That will work. Put that on there, and we are going to put this right about there. I think that's pretty much in the center. We're going to wrap it around twice. Oh, got a knot. Let me get this knot out of there. Oh, I sure hope you guys understood what I was doing, because I sure did mess up a lot. Anyway, that proves I am not a robot, right? I am human. Okay, so I am going to put another glue dot on this end, just like that. Oops, I should have brought that over a little further. Okay, so let me trim this. There we go. Stuck to my finger. All right, let's get another glue dot here. Right here. Right like so. Oops. Come on. Work with me. All right, there we go. Just like that. There we go. All right, so now we've got some baker's twine on there, and you don't have to put ribbon, or you could use any kind of ribbon or twine that you want to, but I just thought the black would be kind of cool on here and just add a little something something to our card. And now I'm going to adhere this to our card base. All right. Boy, I'm even messy with the glue today. Okay, try to get that centered the best I can. Slid on me. Hopefully I can get it before it's dry. There we go. All right. Now we need our 2 pieces of circles here. We've got this. On this one, I kind of stamped the band, but I'm not going to on this one, just so that maybe it would give a little shadow underneath it, but I'm not going to worry about it. But we are going to stamp our sentiment, and our sentiment is right here. And this, I believe it says driving by just to say hi. We're going to use some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and we are going to stamp that like so. I just confused myself. Okay, that's not hard to do sometimes. All right, we're going to stamp that right there. And the beauty about stamping on circles is if you don't stamp quite straight, that's okay because you can turn it until it's straight. Now we're going to use some dimensional because we're going to pop our little hippie van right up here. And we are going to just pop that right there. And I could have brought my sentiment down just a little bit more, but I think it's going to be just fine. I'm not going to worry about some small stuff like that. It'll be all right. Okay, and then we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And we're going to adhere that to our layering circle, just like that. And then we're going to pop this up too. So we're going to use a couple of dimensionals on the back of this as well, like so. Take these backings off. And place that right here. And then there we go. So what do you guys think? Isn't that super, super cute? Tell me which one is your favorite in the comments. I love them both. I think they're awesome. Okay, so the next card is going to be, we're going to create this card, but I'm going to use more. I'm not going to use the Just Straight. I am going to be using, or Shaded Spruce. I'm going to be using Granny Apple Green for the leaves and stuff. And we're going to use plain cardstock. This is designer series paper that I used. This is not the Marvelous designer series pack of paper that you can get free in the Celebration catalog, but it's very similar to this. This happened to be on the back of, I believe it is the Valentine's one, the Sweet Talk designer series paper. This happened to be a reverse side of it. So I used it and I thought it turned out really, really cute. So check out my Ladybug, you guys. So I embossed the dots on her wings, and I used the pearls, our pearl adhesive embellishments, but I took the dark black blend and just colored a little tiny circle like that on 2 of the pearls. So I'll show you what I did, if I can find them, because I'm not sure where I put them actually. Hopefully they're right here somewhere in my little case, but you never know. Oh, they're up here. That's where they're at. Okay, so I took the little tiny ones and I took my dark black and I just colored that. So it takes a couple times to get it nice and dark. We'll just let that dry and then you'll come back and do it again. So see, so you can see what I did. I just colored that. So that's how I did that. Isn't that so cute? I love this card. So we are going to recreate this card, but using a little bit of a different color. And then I also have another one here. It's the same style, but instead of portrait, it's landscaped. And I did the flower a little different. Oh, wow, that looks like a bright salmon color, bright coral. But this is actually This is either Melon Mambo or Magenta Madness. I don't remember which one. I'd have to get my paper pack out to see. Uh, but anyway, I'm going to show you how to make this flower, but we won't make the whole card again. We'll just make that flower. So I'll show you the two different ways to use your Ladybug punch to make this flower. So this one, I used some designer series paper as well. This one was from the Sweet Talk. The circle, the center of the flower, is actually a free celebration paper too. It's the $100 item one that you get free with the Friendly Hello stamp set. So with a $100 purchase, you can choose this bundle. It's a stamp set and the paper. Okay, so let's see. I thought for fun I would do something a little different too. So I need to get, we're going to be using, we won't be using Driving By, but we will be using, I think all we're going to use is Hello Ladybug. I think that's the only stamp set we're going to be using. So I'm going to bring in her wing dots. You can do this stuff different ways. If you have designer series paper that you think would make a great flower center, use that. I also embossed it with, what did I use? I used the time worn type. It's a mouthful. Embossing folder, just to give it a little bit of texture too. I did do that. So this one, we're going to, I'm done with this. Let me clean some of these stamps here, put them away real quick so you don't lose them, because we're kind of done with them. And I don't think well, you could use this too. That, you know what, maybe we will. I don't know. Let me do the hearts. Get those hearts out of the way because we need some of these blocks. So I am going to put these away. Did I? No. Here we go. I'll get it straight here in a second. Bear with me, please. Please bear with me. All right, so here we go. All right, so we are done with that one as well. Let's do this. Oh, I need to clean this one, but we'll just set this one aside up here. Okay, so oops. Got this. I'm going to stick this one on here, or we could use this. I'm going to try them both and see what I like and what you guys think is really cute. So you can take this and just start just putting dots all around. I actually think this is kind of cool too. I might just use this one and just kind of dot them around. So you're going to do it where it's big enough to where you can die cut a circle out. And the circle that we're using is from the layered circle. And I don't remember which one it was. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one right here. I think, what is that one? That one is, what, like an inch and a half or so? Yeah, an inch and a half. So we're using the inch and a half circle. And we are just going to dot this. And I'm hoping that this is going to turn out really cute. Whoops. All right, so let me see here. Do we have enough? Yep, so we can just cut that out. Or you can take your dots and only ink up one side of that and just kind of do the same thing. Just ink up one side and just kind of do a circle around. Whoops, got that on there. That's why my hands stay so messy. Just like so. And just go around and around and around and around. So you just get that like so. So you could do those. You could do anything that you wanted to do. Act really and truthfully. Whoops, I should have done the center before I closed the other side. So anyway, you can do that and it will look like this, just like that. But I think think I like this. Which one do you guys like best? Tell me which one you like best. Thank you. Oh, you guys are too sweet to me. Okay. Waiting for your comments to tell me which one you like best. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. So in case you say you like that one, it is ready to go. If you like this one, or maybe you got to see it cut out too, so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. So we are going to just cut that right on out. Oh, you like the one I like? Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that one's kind of cool. All right, so there we go. We got those two. And let me put this back in here and move this right out of the way. Okay, so here is the fun part. So we are going to, we've got our card base. So it's half a sheet of cardstock. This is 8.5 by 5.5. Normally I score it at 4 1/4, but the last couple of days I have not been doing that. So I have all our pieces and our parts, pieces and parts. Okay, so I've already embossed this, and what I used was, can't remember the name of it, so let's bring it in. It's the Greenery embossing folder. You can find this in the annual catalog. It is designed to go through the mini Stampin' Cut emboss machine, but it does work just fine in the regular size one, and I just ran that through. So it left me 2 plain edges on the side. So we're going to hide that, and you don't have to hide it because it kind of looks pretty cool too. But you could also use this one, which I probably should have done just to give it a little bit of a different look, because I really think that that's really cool. But let's move this stuff out of the way, and I just threw something that we are probably going to be needing, which is one of our wings, or AKA petals. So I've got 2 strips of Granny Apple Green. These are 1/4 inch strips. They're longer than what we need, but that is all right because we can trim them down. They're going to go just like so on here. On my flower here, I did a center, and then I did a little tiny scallop, and then I did another scallop using my layering circles. So it's going to be just like so, right? Oh, it's like this. Okay, so just like that. And then we're going to use this one, I think. Did we decide on that one? Or did we like the dots? I think I like them both the same, but I think I'm going to use this one just because. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these together. So I think I am anyway. No, I'm not. I'm not adhering those together yet. You know what? I forgot how I did it. Oh, I kill me. It's Elf Day. Okay, so how did I do that? I did it just like that, I believe. Yeah, that's what I'm doing anyway, you guys. I am not going to take a chance here. So we're going to adhere our little center to the little scallop. So that gives a little bit of punch of color there. And then we're going to adhere. Don't you hate it when your mind just goes blank and you forget how you did something? At least I remembered. Sometimes it doesn't come back at all. All right, so we got that. I'm going to move this out of the way. I really need to clean my hands, but that's okay. This we don't need. This and this we need. So all I did was, let me show you. All I did was I thought I had a smaller piece of this so that I don't have to waste. I don't want to say waste, because it's never a waste. I took my Ladybug punch, and I just punched out some pink, just like so. And you can just keep on punching, just like that. So you got that. And then I punched out some Greenery apple green for the leaves, and that's all I did to make that. Okay, so we're going to take this. So what you're going to do is I found a couple of ways was the easiest. My very first one that I did, I just tried to do it like this and like this, and it turned out okay. But to tell you the truth, you guys, it went in the trash. So now I am just going to put some adhesive down on that. I'm going to put one down here. I'm going to put it to where you can, right to the edge. This V in the petals is going to line up to your scalloped part here, just like so. And then we're going to take another piece, and you don't need a lot of glue, because if you put too much glue, it will show on the other side. It'll ooze out. So be very careful when you're using your glue. If you like, you can use your seal, okay, or glue dots. So we're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be on the opposite side, just like so. I'm lining that up just like that, okay? Then we're going to go to the, oops, that is way too much glue. We're going to go to the opposite side right here. I'm going to line that just to kind of centering that. Okay, now my eyes decided to take a little bit of a fail, so I got to put my glasses on. Okay, so we are going to take this one. Come on, glue. I should have opened up a new one. And do the same thing right here. It's going to go right like so, just like that. Okay, so now all you want to do is you want to fill in the corners and offset the leaf petals, just so that they go like that, okay? So that's how you're going to do that, just like that. All right, and then you just work that away. Just work it around. If you wanted to, you could tear them in half as well and just place one right in your centers here too. You could do that if you wanted to. And then that way they would be perfectly lined up. This way they're not perfect, but I think they look absolutely amazing. I think it looks cool. All right, so we got one more to put on here. Come on. One more. Okay, and then we're just going to do that one right like so. All right, so we're ready to flip that over. So is that not a beautiful flower? So very cool. And then you can put your leaf right where you want it. So we'll put some glue right here. Come on, glue. Definitely coming to the bottom of my glue. And we'll just put the leaf right like that. Just attach it to the back, just like so. Okay, so we are ready to put our card together. And I am going to glue my strip. I'm just going to put some glue right on here, just like so. And then I'm going to line this up just like that. And I'm going to leave a little bit of edge on the side. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Hopefully you can. It's not exactly straight, but it's going to work. All right, so just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. We're going to put a little bit of glue right along there. Bring in our Granny Apple 1/4 inch strip and put it just like that. Bring that over. Just a little bit. All right, and then we're going to trim that off using our paper snips, just like so. All right, then we're going to bring in our card base. We're going to fold that in half Normally, like I said, I give it a score, but I am going to just fold this in half. That works too. I think I got that straight. I hope I do. I should use my bone folder and not my nails, because you know what I'm doing when I do that? I'm making it permanently grow dented ends. But sometimes it's just easier than grabbing this right here and doing that. So now I want to go ahead and adhere this down. I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on this because it is embossed. So I want it to stick really good. And I cut this piece wrong. It is okay. It will be just fine. All right, so now we're going to adhere this. Did I glue that flat or did I pop it up? I actually used glue dots. I layered it a couple of times. So I'm going to bring in my take your pick tool, and I'm going to pull in a couple of these, layer them on top of each other, and just pop those on there. So if I want it to be like lifted just a little bit, but I don't want it to be lifted as much as a dimensional. So if you layer your glue dots, it will give you a little bit more of a lift than if you just glued it flat down. So that's a nice little tip there for you guys. It works pretty well, I think. And I think I'm going to put an extra one on each one. And like I said, it works really, really well. So there's 3 layers. And there we go. All right. Sticky. Okay. And then you just decide where you want to put your flower. I'm going to put my flower right like so. Push that down and see how it gives just a little bit of a lift, but not as much as if I use the dimensional. Also, I forgot to tell you, if you want your petals to kind of flip up, but I'm not really worried about it because it's going to go through the mail, so it's going to get flattened anyway. But if you were hand delivering it, you could curl your petals up too and then glue them down like so. And that would be beautiful. All right, so now I've got my piece of basic black to punch out our Ladybug body. So I'm just going to punch that out. Then we're going to bring in these. I'm not going to heat emboss this. I am just going to go ahead and stamp the wings with Memento ink on here. I may have to stamp them twice because for whatever reason, it doesn't want to. I should try my Stays On. Sometimes Stays On works better, but Stays On stains, and I don't want my, I think that's going to be just fine. Well, maybe I'll try. Since it is photopolymer, I can see through. I might have to bring it out of the camera to kind of line this up the best that I can. Just keep your fingers crossed. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to take my glue. You can pop this up to give your wings dimension if you want to, but I'm just going to glue mine down. Isn't this ladybug so cool? I love this ladybug. And I especially love when a punch can have different uses for it. I really love that too. I think it's more for my bang. More bang for my buck. There we go. I said it right, right? All right, so let's put these adorable, adorable, adorable little eyes on here. I am going to try to color them just one more time, just to give them a little more. And let's take my Take Your Pick tool. I usually use my putty end, but my putty is out, and I haven't ordered new ones. Well, there we go. I'm going to use my putty end anyway. There we go. Put that eyeball right there. So cute. I absolutely love this. Okay, and now where to put my dimensionals? We'll just open this door and grab some more right out of here. So we're going to put 2 dimensionals on here. We're going to pull these backings right off. And put this guy right about here, like so. And now we're going to stamp our sentiment. So what? I stamped hello. So let's take, you can do hello. You know what? I think I'm going to use you can bug me anytime. I love that so very much. I want to make my grandkids a card using this Ladybug. And I don't know, I might just use, yeah, I'll do the Ladybug, but I got to do it differently because I already made my granddaughter. I showed you guys it. I think I did a video on how to make it, how I made it, and her birthday card. So I got to make it a little different. But I want to use this sentiment. You can bug me anytime. Okay, so we are just going to stamp that towards the bottom. I'm looking at it crooked, so hopefully, no, I know I stamped this one crooked. Oh, yeah, I did. But it's okay because we're just going to take the scissors and we can kind of fix that just a teeny tiny bit. Fix it the best that we can anyway. Yeah. All right, so I think that's good. And then I'm going to come across the top here and trim that. Some days that doesn't look right. Some days I can stamp okay straight, some days not. Some days I can cut straighter than I stamp, and some days neither one. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'm just going to go, whoop. Normally I flag, but I'm not going to today. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a angle cut. We are going to glue this flat down, I believe. So I'm going to put some glue on here. Come on, glue. Just like that. Don't need to go all the way to the end. And then I'm just going to stick this right up underneath here, just like that. You can bug me anytime. There we go. So now if you wanted to put some more embellishments on here, you certainly could do that. Or you could just leave the eyes as the embellishments. A little embossing powder on there. Okay. So which one is your favorite out of these 2 cards? And tell me if you can pick a favorite out of the 4 cards. Oh, wait, I got one more to show you how to do the other flower, but we're not going to make a whole card. So that's what we're going to do. So which one is your favorite? You can put that down while I show you how to make this flower. So I have a 1.5 inch circle that I just die cut out. If you have your punches or something like that you can cut a similar size out, by all means, go right ahead and do that. So this way, instead of layering on the back, we are going to layer on the front. And I am going to put some glue on here. Let me see. I'm kind of tired of fooling with that. There might be a little bit more in here. If not, I have to open one. Okay. Let's see. We're going to put, I want to put glue on this side here. Okay, so got some glue on there. We're going to do the same thing, line it right up, edge to edge, the V right up to the edge of your circle. We're going to do the same thing with this. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go across and across. I think that really helps it to stay kind of symmetrical. And then we're going to do this one. This one might not be as neat because I'm going to try to go a little fast because I saw that it was 1 o'clock. And I know that some of you guys spend your lunch hour with me. But if you have to go, I completely understand. You can always go back, excuse me, and watch the replay on how to do this flower because it's really worth it. It's really, as you can see, it's so pretty. And it gives you 2 different looks. So basically what you're doing is the same thing. only instead of layering on the back where you have a big flower center, you are layering it on the front, and you can put as many layers as you want on there. As you can see on mine, I put a lot of layers. I'm trying to do this quickly for you. So just like that. It may not be completely lined up because, like I said, I'm really, really trying to make this as quick as I can for you guys. So just like so. And then, because you want to cover up as much of the center as possible, and then you just start layering it and just offsetting your petals in between each other. So they're going to come in more. So just like that. And if they, I don't know what I was saying. I didn't punch enough. So we've got to punch some more. So just like that and like that. Let me punch a couple more here really fast. I know I had a piece, but I'm not quite sure what I did with it. So maybe I won't punch some more out. Here we go. I think I need more than 2 though. So let me just try to see how many I can get off of here. Whale shucks. 1, 2. Come on, get in there. All right, so just like that. Can I get at least maybe 1 out of there? All right, so hopefully this is going to be enough because I really want you guys to get the full effect of this. So you just offset them to where they're just offset, just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and tear these. I might have to put a bigger circle in there, and then just do just like so. And let's see, we'll put 1 here, just like that. So it really could have used another, at least 1 more round of the flowers. We'll put that one right there. Okay, so I'm going to go with that for right now. All right, so then I've got another piece of black. You can use your layering circle to cut a small circle out of there. I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm hoping this isn't going to be big enough. I already know it's not. But no, it's not. So let's see. I know I have. Oh, I know where it is. It's down here where my retired punches are. Okay, so I'm going to take an inch punch here, just like that. And I'm going to place that right in the center here. So I'm going to put some glue right around the edge of that. We're going to put that down just like so. And then, so if you want it, it could have used another layer. I just ran out of cardstock and didn't want you guys to have to wait longer. I'm going to throw what I threw on there is I used, what did I use? I used the brushed metallic adhesive, and I used the brass, and I thought that really looked really pretty. I used the largest one, but since this is bigger, I'm going to use the smaller ones. And we are just going to put like 3 of them right in the center, just like so. Is that not pretty or what? I love that. Okay, and then we're going to attach our little leaf to the back of this. And if you want more leaves, you can certainly put more leaves on there if you want. So there's our flower. That is how I did that flower. So you guys, tell me in the comments which ones are your favorites. Thank you again for watching, whether you're watching with me, joining me now, or if you're watching the replay or on YouTube. Again, thank you so much for taking your time out to spend with me. I really, I really, really do appreciate it very much. You guys are awesome. You mean the world to me. I really do love you guys. Thank you for your support. And if you are looking for a demonstrator, I would love to have the opportunity to earn your business. You can just reach out and contact me if you have any questions. If you need a catalog, I will be happy to put one in the mail for you as well. Let me look at your comments really fast before I go. Okay, bye, Chris. Did I miss her? Did she leave already? Okay, so I know Lynette, the ladybug is so cute. Chris, the ladybug. I know, isn't the ladybug adorable? I love it. I want to do an online class for that. I'm just not sure if I will and when. So don't hold me to that. Where do I get my inspiration from? Carol, I get it from everywhere. I get it from Pinterest. I get it from other demonstrators. I get it from things, you know what, even looking at cards, even though I make handmade cards, I look at the cards in the stores. I do. And I see what's out there, what's trending. And sometimes I even get my color combinations from there, or maybe some little ideas, all that kind of stuff. And also on the demonstrator page, on our WDBS thingamajiggy, there's ideas all in there. I get it from all over the place. That's just where I get them all over the place. Let's see, maybe use, yes, yes. The Stamparatus would be great for the ladybug, absolutely. If I was going to be making multiple cards of those, which those may be my customer thank you cards, I probably will use the Stamparatus because it'll be a whole lot easier to do. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody's. You're good, Chris. I know you're already gone. Let's see. So you guys couldn't pick your favorite. Ah, I can tell you my favorites. I have two. I have my favorite is this one, and this one. This one. And if I had to pick one that I already made, it'd be close. I couldn't pick out of those two, really. Yeah. Oh wait, I gotta do something. You guys can't see my favorites because you're looking at me. So these two are my favorites. And this one, I love that one too. So those are my favorites. So you guys, thank you so much again for joining me. I'm not going to take any more of your time at all. Thank you again. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already done so. And let me see. Let me get this up here so I can say bye to you guys. Get this going. There we go. All right. See you guys. Have a wonderful, blessed rest of the week. Keep looking up because God's best. And I love you guys. See ya. Doodly-doo. End broadcast.